Hi guys. Okay, I'm going to answer the question how to get into a hospital. This question is often asked, and sometimes I answer, and sometimes I don't because I get the comment months later when somebody else above them make a comment. YouTube, come on now. So I don't get comments, a lot of comments, so it's not like I'm ignoring you if you said something and I didn't get it. Sometimes they don't, it doesn't go into my inbox. But um okay, number one, what can help you is if you are in nursing school, put that on your resume. They like that. Number two, don't let the 1 year requirement scare you. That's on their job application website. Don't let that scare you, because at the hospital that I work in, many people are coming doing different things. One guy is coming from construction. He never did this kind of work ever. He never worked in a long-term care facility. He doesn't even have his CNA license. He just came out of construction, and he applied and he got the job. And he got the job, I think, because his wife was a nurse. I think she helped him get it. So if you know someone who works at a hospital, have them have an ear out when they're hiring, because they can put a good word in for you. Now, there's other people that I work with who don't know anyone at the hospital, and they just applied and they just got it based on the needs of the hospital. So if you, oh gosh, it's just bugs everywhere. Who was driving my car? They leave the window open? Flies and spiders and ants, oh my. Yeah, so I forgot what I was saying. Jeez, I'm feeling creepy now. Okay, so yeah, if you know someone, they can hook you up. Uh, and if you don't know anyone, just keep applying, because they hire based on their need. And if you're applying at the time that they need you, then you're going to get the job. Don't let the thinking that they're going to call that person who applied 6 months ago, they're going to call them first. Think about it rationally. If you are an employer and you really need someone to fill a position, are you going to call that person that applied 6 months ago, or are you going to call that person who has a need right now? And I think that, and that was my experience when I needed a job, and I applied to the hospital. In 3 days, the director called me back. Why she didn't call that person 6 months ago? So not saying that she didn't try to call other people back, but she called me. I said, okay, I can come in for an interview. I went in for the interview. She hired me right there on the spot. So it's based, and she was like, the girl is going to morning shift. We need someone to start like right now. And I went to their orientation 2 days later, and all within that week, by the end of the week, I was working. So it's based on the needs of the hospital. And think about, they're going to call that person who needs the job right now over the person who applied 6 months ago and may have a job already, because now they're going to waste their resources, they're going to waste their time, because that person may already have a job, and they're not going to wait. They can't wait for a person to tie up all their loose ends, work their 2 weeks after they put in their 2 weeks notice and blah, blah, blah. They need somebody right now. So you have to think about it that way. That's why I'm encouraging you to continue to apply. If you applied last week, apply again this week if it's still open. One of the things that I did was I applied. This is when I was looking for a job at a long-term care facility. I applied in person. Now, with the hospitals, you can go to the human resource department, but what they're going to do is direct you over to their computers that they have there in their office and tell you to apply online. So I wouldn't really go, in person to a hospital, because they're just going to direct you to a computer and you're going to have to apply online anyway. So just do it from your home. If you're trying to get a job at a long-term care facility, one of the things that helped me was to go in person, but for the hospital, I don't think that's really a good idea. So just keep applying online, because they're so big. Long-term care facilities, they're not that big. So you come in with the application. They're kind of old school. So apply online and continue to apply online, and don't let the 1 year discourage you. Don't even let the CNA license discourage you. If you don't have your license, don't let that discourage you. One thing that you can do to be ahead of the game is get your basic life support if you don't have that already. If you want to become a nursing assistant, you want to work in the hospital, get that so that you can have it already, because you have to get it. Even if you don't have your license, you have to have that. What else? Somebody, continue to apply. That's about it. Put it on your resume if you're in nursing school. That helps. And just the number one thing I can tell you is just keep applying, because remember, those who are a CNA right now, remember, some of them are nursing students, so they're going to be on their way out and their position is going to be open. So good luck to all you guys. It's not that hard to get into a hospital. You just have to keep applying. Believe it or not, the hospital, they have high turnover rates. I cannot tell you how many nurses that they just hired because so many left. And people leave for different reasons. They leave because they have better opportunities somewhere else, because they have the shift that they want, because the unit that they really want to go to is open. People leave for different reasons. For CNAs, they passed their NCLEX. Now it's time for them to move on, so their spot is open. So you have to also do your research, look and see when students are graduating, so that you can have an idea when it's the best time to apply and to really push and get in. And what will help you again is just to continue to apply. That's my number one advice. Continue to apply every week, every 2 weeks. Just keep applying. If it's open, if it's out there, just keep applying. You will hear back from someone eventually. Someone has to be hiring somewhere. Okay, so try to target all the hospitals in your area as you can, and just continue to apply to all of them. You guys have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.